All right, folks. This is a story that I wanted to cover a couple days ago when it was a little bit more spicy, but I was not able to make the time for it in previous streams, so now we're covering it right now. A few days ago, Trump ordered that all flags in the United States of America be brought down to half-mast in order to, acknowledge the tragedy of Charlie Kirk's death. Like, literally, he's declaring Charlie Kirk's death a national tragedy. And all of the flags that are on federal premises have to be at half-mast, if I'm not mistaken, in remembrance of Charlie Kirk. In fact, there have been a lot of cases where this has not been happening. I know that this right-wing account posted, Trump orders all American flags down half-mast this weekend to honor Charlie Kirk. But the California Memorial Stadium, their flag is not at half-mast. Is this even a state-owned property? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean that legally all flags have to be at half-mast, right? I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, but, that's just my guess. Now, on this same day, and in the days since, there have been several, across the country, big Charlie Kirk memorials that have been held. And, you guys remember after Donald Trump won the election, when Shia LaBeouf tried to set up that "he will not divide us" thing? And the right, of course, because they're so against division, attacked the shit out of him and made fun of him immensely. Basically, he divided us, bro. Anywhere that he would set it up, they would go and, trash the place and, ruin the display, because they didn't want, an anti-Trump message to get out there, even if it was an anti-division anti-Trump message. Now all of a sudden they're pretending like the division is the left faults, though. Yeah, they ruined the man's career over being anti-division, and here we are now, with the right pretending the left is the one responsible for all this political divisiveness. Now, there have been Charlie Kirk memorials being held all over the place, and at some of them, let's just say people have not been able to behave themselves. An example that led to an arrest of a leftist, I'm assuming, who decided to have a good time with one of these Charlie Kirk memorials, was caught on video. His arrest was also caught on video, and now he is in some pretty seriously deep legal shit. But here's one of those videos that has gone viral on right-wing Twitter. As you can imagine, these people are all calling for death for this guy while simultaneously laughing that he was arrested. Here's the video of him getting jumped by people who are mourning Charlie Kirk. I don't know what he expected to happen. He was surrounded by Charlie Kirk fans there to be at his memorial. I don't know why he didn't expect to get the shit beaten out of him by a mob of conservative dudes. And then he got arrested. Guys, the proletariat is not waiting for revolution, okay? We're 5 steps from fascism. If you wanted us to be, on the edge of revolution, and you wanted to be out there doing direct action or whatever in the streets, you should have voted for Kamala Harris. You should have kept the fascist out of the White House. Sorry, my leftists out there. Should have voted. Because we're not in the America where you get to do shit like this. We're not in that America anymore. We gave that up when we lost the election. So that's real silly, I'd say. Real goofy, real fun. I will say, before we move on to the next few tweets I want to show you guys, consider leaving a like on this video, including a comment as well, and a sub if you're new. Really helps a lot, and YouTube only pushes content that gets a lot of engagement. You can guess what the right gets a lot of on their videos by the nature of their content, so if we can try to match them, then the algorithm might give us, a fraction of the benefit they give the right. But it'll help, and it will be appreciated, so consider it. Now, this next thing I want to show you guys is a completely separate Charlie Kirk memorial in Vienna. That's right, these are not across the nation, they're happening globally. I don't know if you know this, but South Korea and several European countries saw massive marches memorializing Charlie Kirk. I've said this before, but a lot of the left was completely blind to how like famous and how influential Charlie Kirk was. He had hundreds of thousands of fans like in many different countries, particularly in South Korea and a lot of like in Asian countries that are known to be like favorable to Western politics. He was very popular. And in Vienna, like, why, lol? Charlie Kirk was so popular. I cannot emphasize how popular he was, guys. And of course, that monument that they did to him in Vienna did get wrecked. Did not seem to be as popular as the one in America. We ended up getting these photos as well. This is a quote from Charlie Kirk's dad. "Give me my son back. He's only 31. A grieving... why would you include this crying emoji here? That's so tone deaf. What the fuck? Leave emojis out of your tweet quoting a mourning father. Jesus Christ. A grieving father collapsed at the memorial for Charlie Kirk outside Turning Point USA's headquarters in Phoenix. The image of Luke Bryan quietly comforting Charlie's father as the crowd laid flowers and lit candles left many in tears. The video spread rapidly across social media, igniting an outpouring of grief and solidarity from fans and fellow Americans nationwide. If you're a lefty and you're not like tapped into the mainstream or right-wing like media circus around this issue, I don't think you have a full understanding of just how perfect of a martyr Charlie Kirk has been made into. I heard Destiny say some real, like, if I'm proven wrong, I'll be happy, but I saw a clip of Destiny saying some real, like, low-key naive shit that, like, Charlie Kirk will be largely not talked about in 6 months, and his ideas will die with him, and he's now no longer able to magnify them. And I think partially there's an element of truth to that, but overall, like, this story could not have been more publicized, more seen, and what people did see in the largest numbers could not be more sympathetic for Charlie Kirk. This narrative that he was advocating for political peace, this idea that the left killed him for wanting peaceful debate, seeing images of like conservative influencers like holding the mourning father at his like memorial. I'm embracing full doomer, Dom, we're so done. We are not done. Do not doomer, you don't be a loser. Alright? Things have always been bad. They've always gotten worse and gotten better. This is just how things are. Where it's like, you could never... Dude, lefties, I understand now why lefties don't invest in the stock market. I get it now. I totally get it now. Because like the second... If a lefty got into the stock market, the second their stock dropped down below what they bought in at, they would sell. Like, lefties would panic sell in the red every time and do nothing but lose money. They would hold through all the green. They would never sell when things are in the green, and they would panic sell the second shit hits the red. I swear to God. Lefties, why? Genuinely, how do we come back from this, Zan? Who cares? Who cares? Even if there was literally no light at the end of the tunnel, I would not say that we should give up and give in to doomerism. Like, dog, have you seen Attack on Titan? Have you heard Erwin's final speech? If not, go Google it and watch the dub. I think it's the better version. You'll get it. You'll get it. Let's see. Memorial March for Charlie Kirk in South Korea. Yeah, by the way, I wasn't making that up. Chinese no visa entry equals security threat. We are Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. So as you can see, the South Korean racists really liked Charlie Kirk. I love how, like, you can tell they're conservative. That one's wearing a MAGA hat. This guy's wearing a MAGA hat, dude. What the fuck? Does it say make South Korea great again or make America great again? I don't know which would be funnier for him to be wearing. Johnny Somali is to blame. Oh my god, you're right. This video.
USA! 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 USA!
English? Dude, it's South Korea. You think they can't all speak English? It's South Korea. Yeah, they can all speak English. You think the country where K-pop comes from, the population there can't... Also, it's not America. Of course they can speak a second language. Yeah, this protest was pretty massive. There's a lot of weird shit going on in South Korea right now. It's really weird, and I've done a few segments about it, but there's also, like, a massive right-wing, like, populist uprising in South Korea. It's not good. It's not good. Is this after the Hyundai raid? No, Brian Rimlinger. This is these are Charlie Kirk mourners. See, we are Charlie Kirk is what these signs say. Yeah. They're South Koreans mourning Charlie Kirk and protesting Chinese immigration into South Korea. They're also chanting USA, USA, for those that just arrived and did not watch the clip that we just watched. So, like, when I see lefties talk about Charlie Kirk like he was just the small face in the TPUSA meme guy, it's like, dude, you have no idea. Like, the evangelical right, like, the number one backer of the evangelical right in America is TPUSA. Like, they are their Fox News. They are in every college. Like, Charlie Kirk had global appeal. Like, the reason why you didn't realize how famous he was is because easily half of his audience didn't speak English or wasn't on the English-speaking internet. I did have no idea. This is wild to see. Like, there's a reason why this particular killing was so significant and why the right is so effectively using this to rally even centrist fervor for wiping out the left. Charlie Kirk was unfathomably popular. And it's like, this is a moment where I think the left gets an idea of how unpopular our ideas truly were compared to the literal great replacement shit that Charlie Kirk was expressing. We have never been even, like, in viewing distance of socialist revolution. This is how close we've been to a Nazi uprising globally, across the Western and Western sympathetic world all this time. We've never been close to socialism. We've never been close to class consciousness. We've always been teetering on the edge of outright fascism. And this is why I've always been so fervent against Hassan and the anti-voting side of the left that he represents, or at least is sort of the king of. You know, it's like, these are dangerous times we're in. And I gotta say, there's not much I can say other than, like, I feel like I did a lot of fighting the good fight against the people that said, because of Israel and Gaza, we shouldn't vote. We shouldn't care who comes into office because it won't matter. Both sides are pro-genocide, and here we are. Here we are. It's only going to get worse. And that's not to be a doomer. Like, that's just being real with you guys. No matter how bad it gets, you better not doomer. You better not give up. If you're going to go out, you better go out fighting. Or at least memeing, right? Anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it entertaining, educational, or enjoyable in any way, then please consider leaving a like and a comment down below, like I mentioned before. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you haven't already. Comment how much you liked that burp and how impressive it was. And of course, if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof over my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub to someone else on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xander Hall merchandise through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.